Well, hello. All right. So, welcome to the stream. This is the first episode of hopefully a lot of different episodes. And it's just kind of like the first of kind of what I'm trying to do, which is streaming, percussion, everything. So, I'm going to be playing some, I'm going to be writing some, and I'm gonna try to do interviews and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so welcome to my living room. Yeah, so this stream is really intended for anyone that wants to learn percussion or just like learn how to write music or anything like that. I use a couple different programs, and as hopefully like every single day that I stream, something gets better with the stream. But yeah, right beforehand, Ronnie followed me, so thank you, Ronnie, for the follow. I appreciate that. And cool. I actually some other, I guess, people I want to thank too is my Vic Firth and Zildjian sponsors. I'm a Vic Firth artist, educational artist, so a lot of the products that you'll be seeing on here that I'm just like using in general are just going to be like Vic Firth things. So yeah. So thanks, Brian Stockard, for letting me use it, and we might even be doing some stuff with the actual company here in a little bit. So that's real nice. And then I'm also available to be doing like Skype lessons or Discord lessons. So eventually I'm going to get a Discord set up and like a Twitter and all those kind of things. I have a lot of things kind of brewing, so it's going to be pretty exciting. But yeah, today's the first one. We're just going to like hit a few things and just kind of see what works and what doesn't work. So I appreciate it for those of you guys that are sticking around. So yeah, man, let's get right into it, because who wants to just like sit around and wait? Usually I would have like a time to answer like questions or whatever. That's another part of the stream as well. So aside from it being for grade school, essentially, because we're going to be doing some warm-ups, we're going to be doing just in general, just talking about different kinds of playing and everything like that. I have a book that's about grips and all this kind of stuff. We're going to be doing some fun things. But on top of just being for grade school students, it's also hopefully for my non-percussion teachers that want to learn a little bit more about this. If say you're just in the middle of nowhere and you don't have a teacher that's specifically like designed for percussion, and I know that there's a lot of people in the United States that don't have that. They're not in North Texas. Well, this is like to help you out. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we'll go ahead and do is we'll break down and we'll do a like 15-minute warm-up. So like this is designated for just like a beginner warm-up. I got a track that we're gonna play. I'm gonna play along with you guys. So we're just gonna like chill with that. So yeah, 15-minute warm-up, beginner. You got my gear that I'm using. Again, so it's a lot of Vic Firth gear. I'm using the Jake Nisley Symphonic Collection sticks. I just got these sent to me. They're brand new from Vic Firth. They're amazing. I love how they feel. They have this like really interesting taper to the end of the stick, and also to the tip. But usually sticks will just go completely flat all the way to the top. But this has a nice little taper, and it helps me kind of hold on to the stick a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. And just the weight of them, they feel really nice. The wood that they're made out of and the finish on them, just a really, really good stick. And then the pad that I'm using is my Vic Firth Slim Pad. It's on a stand right now. Just like a stock practice pad, but man, those practice pads are really, really nice. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get this going. As you can kind of see from here, this is just like a warm-up track that I created. What I'll probably end up doing is putting this on like a Google Drive or something, like a Google Docs drive. That way everybody can have it, because I'm not going to like sell this or anything, because it's just like a standard set of warm-ups. And then I'll also create warm-up tracks for it. So the track that you're going to hear today is actually a track that one of my mentors and colleagues, Michael Hustis, he put this together. I worked with him for many, many years. So he's a really, really good guy. Mike Hustis, you're a badass. Keep doing the things that you're doing. He works up at Prosper High School in Prosper, Texas. So cool. All right, so this is a track that he made that kind of goes along with some of these warm-ups. My warm-ups don't exactly line up with his, but you get the general gist of it. So here we go. We're going to start off with some 8 on a hand. Let's see.
8 on a hand.
Yeah, so the idea behind all of this is just making sure you're getting a really, really nice piston stroke straight up and down, right? Utilizing most of your wrists while we're playing, just a little bit of that elbow, a little bit of that arm to get that nice full stroke. 8 on hand, again, is just like a warm-up exercise. So just like a really, really stock warm-up size. Just get the hands flowing, nice and loosey-goosey. All right, here we go. In 6th grade, let's have our 6 up, like this, right? Really practice that piston stroke feel, getting that ceiling, right? Making sure our 6 bounce right back up. Now we're going to move on
Bucks.
to bucks. All right, so this is accent tap exercise. All right, so that's this guy right here. And so again, it's just these 2 measures repeated. This is a variant that I like to do with my students, but the recording that we're going to play is just going to be these 2 measures of bucks repeated over and over again. Remember, to getting that really, really good downstroke, right, that involves, now we're actually going to be squeezing the fingers into the palm, right, to stop any kind of bounce that the stick has onto the pad, right, and trying to really, really freeze the stick down, right. That's what we're thinking on our downstrokes, right. Starts up, ends down, okay. And then with our upstrokes, we're thinking basically the complete opposite, right. You want that really fast up motion, right, and almost an accidental tap as we lift up, right. So downstroke, downstroke, upstroke, upstroke, right, down, up, or down, up. All right, here we go, bucks. Right, if you're in 6th grade, we have those sticks up. Making sure that the motions, just one solid line going straight up and down. There's no slicing, anything like that. If you feel like you have the handle of it, let's see if we can get to the downstrokes. Just kind of freeze on this down stroke. centered.
Double and triple beat.
All right, double, triple beat. All right, so we got double and triple beat. This works on our diddle strokes, right, our double strokes. This is going to be so slow, right, that we can actually wrist out everything. But the idea behind double and triple beat is that you want to get 2 solid sounds or 3 solid sounds that sound exactly the same, right? That's the first focus behind this exercise. And then you can dive into a lot of other things, whether or not that one space between those notes really equal out to that 1/16th note of space, whether or not you're crushing it or anything like that. But yeah, essentially you want to make sure that, playing with the metronome and making sure that both the strokes are even, rather than the first stroke being loud and the second stroke not being loud. And that comes from just allowing it just to do one bounce only. Right. This isn't like a faster Bucks version or anything like that. We want to make sure that both strokes, or 3 strokes, very even. Okay, cool. Also, if you're watching the stream right now, I'm gonna assume that none of the people that are watching right now are drummers, and you're all just either my friends that are on my Discord, or you are like a person that watched me play Smite like 8 years ago on Xbox. So if you have any questions about any of the stuff, just let me know, because I'm happy to answer. That's like the whole other part of this stream, is to answer questions about percussion, because a lot of people, especially like band directors, are like terrified to ask those kind of things because they think that they're going to get made fun of in the community or something like that. So that's me. I'm your guy to answer. So cool. All right, Procussion. That's this channel. That's the lifestyle I'm going to try to start up. And cool. All right, double, triple beat. Here we go. This is kind of a faster 4-click intro. Still able to use all wrist on, basically. It is nice to let the bounce of the stick happen. It is nice to let that happen. But still, you can wrist out everything. You need to get like a hat, like a hat thing right up here. You can wear it all the time while I'm playing. Notice I have this naturally like lower, like declining angle, right, going from my elbow all the way down. It's fairly straight, right? It's fairly straight, but it's a little bit of a decline, going all the way to this, right to the smack dab center of that pad, right? That's what we're looking for. All right, just a little bit faster. And last time I believe.
Hopped up.
That robot sound always makes me laugh. Okay, so hopped up. This is going to be the next exercise that we do. This one follows the actual music pretty well. Now, this exercise is more of a focus on alternating and switching between duplet and triplet rhythms. And there's nothing really challenging about it, except when you get into the higher speeds. But just for right now, just make sure that you're totally splitting those twos and those threes correctly. Yeah. All right. Also, you can go between doing complete piston strokes every single time or working more with your downstrokes, which looks a little bit more professional than just rebounding every single time. You can actually work on downstroking each one of those eighth notes that appear with that. But yeah, if you're in 6th grade, let's just work on rebounding, getting really, really used to, especially on those fast notes, getting really, really used to rebounding and feeling the stick really bounce against the pad, right? And just like letting that happen, letting that flow naturally, right? Not letting your fingers or anything interrupt that. Okay, let's try some hopped up. Oops, let me get some coffee. Downstroke version, right? And that one just feels a little bit less comfy for me. I just like doing the upstrokes more flowing. Faster. So with this, just think about once we start to play those faster rhythms like 16th notes or those 6 tuplets, right? Those faster 2s or 3s. Try not to play any louder, right? Faster doesn't necessarily mean louder, right? And louder doesn't necessarily mean faster. So you just got to make sure that you're control everything, right? This is a really good exercise about control. So here we go. Here you go. Fast tap off.
16th note timing.
All right, 16th note timing. This particular recording will only do this top line of 16th note timing. And the format that it works on is you play this measure first, so it's just your check pattern, and then you do each consecutive measure. So it's this measure, then boop, back to the first, then that one, then back to the first. And you did that each time. If you're lost, then just try to follow along. You'll understand. Here we go. counting it out loud. Here we go. 1 and 2. Here you go, same thing. Try downstroking each note that you don't play. So I'm downstroking my left hand. Now I'm going to downstroke my rights.
Rolls.
And then the last one is this one right above it, which is going to be our check rolls. All right, check rolls just go into that same idea that we were working on with our double stroke exercise earlier, but now we're just playing that pattern, getting used to just 8th notes going in our hands, and then just introducing that diddle feel, but just keeping that solid 8th note pattern going, and then all we're doing to add on to that, we're just doing 2 strokes in each hand, right, using a little bit of wrist, mainly a wrist, and a little bit of finger, especially on these slower speeds. Once we get faster, that changes for more finger and less wrist, right? So the faster we go, the smaller muscle groups that we use. So if we want to play big and slow and loud, we're going to be using more elbow, right? Obviously. Think about Godzilla running through a city, right? He doesn't run really fast. He's like steps really, really slow and crushes a lot of things. Okay, and then think about a raptor from Jurassic Park. They're a lot smaller. They're going to move quicker, more agile. Right? It's the same kind of idea. Was Godzilla a dinosaur?
Yeah.
He was?
It's like a monster or something.
I don't know. That's a good question. Was Godzilla a dinosaur? These are things that I can like stop and talk about on a stream, but I can't do this in a private lesson. And so I love this. You know what? Hey Google, was Godzilla a dinosaur?
On the website Vox.com, they say, Godzilla is a fictional, dinosaur-like monster that has atomic breath.
Oh, atomic breath. He looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and its back is lined with armored plates, looking like a big bony maple leaves, similar to the Stegosaurus. So he's not really based off of any dinosaur. The more you know. See, now you're learning about percussion and fake monsters that destroy Japan. So it's kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. All right, anyways, check rolls. This is a fast tap off because I stopped it in the middle of it. Here you go. Quicker, again, more fingers, less wrist, right? Still maintaining good bounce, making sure that each of the notes in the bounce are very even. Kind of hard to talk while I'm drumming. last 2 reps. Again, using more finger on each of these faster tempos, but still maintaining good diddles and strong diddles. All right, so that's the warm-up. So just going back real quick with that diddle exercise. So if you're a teacher or if you're a younger student and you're working on these diddles by yourself and you're really struggling and you hear more of something along the lines of like this, right? You just need to make sure that you spend a little bit more time, a little bit more control, making sure that that diddle isn't so crushed and so close together, right? The idea is just maintaining a little bit more wrist, right? If anything, slow the tempo down and really, really feel like you've got that wrist motion down. And that way, once we start getting faster, right? Once you start getting faster, then that wrist motion starts to transfer to being more finger motion, right? More back of that finger action like that, right? So it goes from slow, again, like we were talking about with these faster motions, slower motions require bigger muscles, right? Bigger movements. Okay, the Godzilla reference. All right, then we move a little bit faster. We're going to be using more wrists and then fingers, right? All the way until we get to a really, really faster speed when we're playing those single notes. All right, cool. Okay, so that concludes our warm-up. All right, so we'll try to do a little bit of that on each of the streams, probably on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday streams. We'll do that maybe on the night ones, and then on like my Saturday and Sunday streams, I might not do as much of the playing and go more into the writing right off the bat. But again, today is one of those days where, since it's like the start, we're just gonna try to do like a sprinkle of like each little thing, just to kind of see what works and what doesn't work. So. Cool. Let's go ahead and let's switch gears here. Let's see what I can do. So let's go back to our home screen. All right. What up? Okay. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. If you are a 6th grader and you played along with that was like 30 minutes of playing just now, just about. That was like 25 or so minutes because I talked during a 15-minute thing. You can take that as thank you, B1 Gaz P Ponda Pofornda. I don't really understand that, but thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I think it's Big As Panda. I think that's the correct. I think I see that. It was kind of hard to read on that, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the next thing that we're gonna do is kind of go into our music writing mode. So we're just going to basically another thing that I do is I arrange and write percussion ensemble music. And so one thing that I'm trying to start doing is just write like a bunch. Like every day I'm trying to put just like an hour or two into it to where I'm just like going and writing music. So I discovered after talking with one of my friends, Tyler Sammons, good guy, lives down in Austin, Texas, teaches at Westlake High School. He's also like written for a bunch of drum corps and taught at SUV for a really long time. Really, really cool guy. He was talking to me about how some companies need more like classical string music that's transcribed. So basically what I'm doing is I am taking this music that's already been written that's public domain. So if it's like 100 years in the past, it's basically kind of free for anybody to take and kind of make it their own. So I'm turning it into, so what I'm doing right now is turning some string quartets, so string, 4 people playing, and I'm turning it into 4 percussionists playing. So the idea is I'm using this program called Sibelius, and it allows me to kind of do that. It's this music writing program for those of you guys that are not familiar with it. And again, if you guys have any questions about anything, because I noticed I actually have like some followers or some people that are actually like watching. So if you have any questions about anything, man, just hit me up, because that's again why I'm doing this. Yes. Big ass panda. My chat isn't working. That's weird. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to fix that somehow, but that's fine. I have it on my another dashboard on that. Okay. All right, cool. So getting onto the writing, and then we'll pretty much write for a little bit and then get on with the rest of the day. So I finished this piece, writing the full piece, and let me get to my different thing. So again, the piece I'm working on, it's by Franz Schubert, and it's string quartet number 14 in D minor. What was the name for this piece? It was the Death in the Maiden. That's another name for the piece. That's just like its nickname or whatever. So I finished writing the whole piece last night, and now I am going through and like editing everything. So I put all the notes on the page, but now I just need to actually like go and make it like unique to percussion. So for example, like this page right here, it's totally bare and blank. There's no anything. It's like literally what the score kind of looked like, all the notes in the string quartet version. And so this first page I already kind of went through and edited some things. So basically, like, I put in dynamics, I put in like how loud you're supposed to play, certain markings and some rolls, and just like phrase markings and everything like that. So it makes it more unique to like a marimba or a percussion instrument and everything like that. So basically today is just going to be kind of listening to the original piece and then playing a little bit with how it's going to work on marimba, because obviously a stringed instrument is a little bit different than a wooden marimba that you hit with mallets. So you have to approach it a little bit differently. So I'll go ahead and play this first. I'll play, how about this? I'm going to play a little bit of the beginning of the actual string quartet, and then I'll play my version of it. Let's see. So there we go. Okay, so that's basically just like a little bit of what it sounds like, and I'll play an example of this, which is super MIDI-fied, and it doesn't sound great at all. It's a computer program that is working really, really hard to do exactly what I'm telling it to do. So it's probably going to sound like crap, but yeah, here it is. So that was the first page. Again, I've already edited this first page, so everything on here is gonna be like how I want it to be. Now the thing that I have to do pretty much from here on out, is just, it's gonna be kind of a tedious process of really just like looking at the score and then going, okay, is this right? Is this wrong? And yeah, so welcome to writing music, because that's like what this is. Cool. Okay. Big old crescendo right there, and then subito piano. Just do piano right there. I'm trying to think of like someone probably wouldn't be able to play that realistically for as long as I'm asking them to play it for. So what I'm gonna do is make it to where it's a right left pattern instead of going both mounts at the same time, because you can't really, that's really hard to do really fast. Right left right. It's gonna sound a little bit dinkier, but that is how we're going to play this. So let's get it going. Whoops. Like that. So now, instead of being ba 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 ba, like 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly, and then playing them really fast notes together, which you can't really do that easily, right left right makes it a lot easier. And so I'm just going to do that with each one of these, and every time that I see a note where it's like 2 notes at the same time, like these guys right here, right, I'm going to just kind of go in and just surgically take out each of these notes. Again, anybody that has any questions or anything like that, just let me know, because this is boring and it's fun to talk with people. Other news, the 14th season of Always Sunny came out on Hulu, and it's really funny. If anybody watches that show, you should watch it, because it's good. Also, I want to watch Dave on Hulu. What is his name? Little Dicky? See, I wish I could be like him. We'll leave that octave right there. Okay. And then you don't get to play those notes. We're also going to do this because this is going to be hard for you guys. I'm talking to these people as if they're people that are playing this right now, but not yet. Okay. I think I got rid of all the really hard parts of that. Let's hear what that sounds like. Yeah, that works for me. Cool. Okay. And then, so now it's just literally putting together where are we crescendoing, where are we decrescendoing. Just kind of taking it from the score as we yeah. Let's do these guys. Let's stretch this decrescendo. Whoa. It's right there. Make that real quiet. And then we're chilling. So we got a 4-bar crescendo starting from here, leading to here. Big old crescendo right there. Whatever, that's fine. Okay. That all looks fine to me. I'm not doing any rolls or anything on this part. I feel like the beginning I wanted to do rolls just because it's a slower section. Then you can kind of cook this, kind of get a little bit quicker, and I think it might sound a little bit better without any rolls or anything like that. Really make these triplets kind of a lot clearer if there weren't any rolls or anything like that. Just got to make sure if you're the one that's playing this, you got to be real careful with like these tied triplet rhythms. Okay. Boom. Big old crescendo. Let's go double forte. This is going to be a roll though, because it's like a dramatic moment. That'll also be a roll. All right. So each one of these notes is going to get like a little bit of an emphasis thing. So we call these tenuto markings, these little lines. So every time that they have one of those, and that's also, these are also all going to be rolls as well. That you're going to also get a little tenuto and a little roll. And you also get a little roll and a tenuto. This one is just a continuation of a roll. So let's keep our roll going. But no tenuto, because it's a tie right there. This one does get. Boom. Boom. All these just like little tiny details. And this is the reason why nobody does this. Because it's a lot of little details that nobody wants to spend the time doing. I don't even know if I'm going to make any money off of this. Wasby Squad. How's it going, man? How you doing? My Streamlabs does not want to connect to my Twitch chat, so I'm getting all of my stuff like super late. But who knows? Alright. Anyways. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, yo. Okay, back to this. Oh, shoot. Roll there. And that's going to be another note with the roll. Okay, these rolls are going to sound super choppy and not great, but here's what that sounds like. Okay. It's a lot, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars of loud, 4 bars, and then 3 bars of soft. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bars of loud, and then it gets soft here. And then we decrescendo this last measure right there to pianissimo. These lines just mean that there's like not enough space in the document. You see how it's like, and then those mean that a note isn't particularly low enough like it's too low for the instrument, quote unquote, but these instruments go lower than what the program says that they go, which is kind of a weird thing, but whatever. You guys don't need to know that. Okay. So we just threw in some dynamics there, so let's hear that again. Okay, I think I should roll all half notes and longer on this because it just kind of sounds. And we'll go ahead and, like, connect the rolls on all these. Whoop whoop. Not a slur, but there are going to be rolls there. Squad. Da dee da 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 dee. So that's gonna have a crescendo there, and then these two decrescendo. All four crescendo this bar. Oops. I've messed up royally. Boom. Crescendo here. Decrescendo over these two bars. And all four of you are going to crescendo this next measure. skip anything? I don't think I skipped anything. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now here, make those some accents. By the way, welcome to the stream for those of you guys that are tuning in. I'm just like doing some music, writing some stuff, arranging it. You can kind of see exactly who I'm arranging it for, right? It's this is Franz Schubert's String Quartet number 14 in D minor. The Death and the Maiden is another name of it. Yeah, just like writing some stuff. And yeah. So again, if you have any questions or anything, just go ahead and ask it, because that's like what I want to do. I want to answer your questions and get that going. So cool. I'm gonna keep going with this. And we'll just do like piano on these notes. And then we'll get this. It'll be a mezzo piano. Whatever. Yeah. These are just too close together. I'm going to space them out a little bit. I tried to put 4 stabs on each, but I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and put 3 on each to make it a little bit less clustered. What do you think? Do you think it would be easier to do 4, or like, so like these are 4 on a page? Like 4 clusters of notes on a page. Doot, 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 doot. And these are 3. So these are way less. That's easier to read. I'm just going to do 3. 3 on each. So what if it makes this score a couple pages longer? Whoops. Cool. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's start at the beginning of this faster section and just kind of play you everything that we've had so far. I think that the right left stuff on those triplet sounds a little bit cheesy. Holy cow! It didn't process that crescendo as well as it could have, but that's okay. Actual humans will make that a little bit better. Very dramatic though, I would say. So that's kind of the gist of the rest of that stuff. Let's get going with this. So, really, from here on out, I mean, again, it's just like filling in. It's filling in dynamics and stuff like that. So, it's not like pretty. I'm not writing music out or anything. I'm just like saying this needs to go louder and this needs to be softer. And yeah, some of these do need to be rolled. But those aren't gonna be rolled. This one connected there. Yum bum 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 bum. Roll there. Diddy. Do a roll there. Those aren't gonna be connected to anything. Rolls. Boom. I think the bass should still just kind of be like, it's almost like a plucked bass, so we're not going to do anything with that. We're not going to change those to rolls or anything. We're just going to keep them straight. I kind of like talking out loud as I'm doing this. It makes the idea process of everything better. I'm sure it's kind of annoying to you. No?
Yeah.
I just can't imagine if you talked out loud as you did all of your artwork. You're like, okay, now I'm going to draw. I'm going to like do this line here, and then I'm going to erase it.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
There's probably a way that you can connect an iPad to like a streaming thing.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure that you can just like stream whatever is on your iPad. I don't know. I'm new to the streaming thing, so I don't necessarily know exactly what I'm supposed to be working with. But all right. Anyways, okay. So we're going. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna save my work. Thing. We're gonna leave the bass alone. Okay, and I think that's the triplet section. Crescendo there, and then decrescendo. Those guys. Ya-da-da-da-dee. Same thing here. Same thing there, same thing. So on all of these guys, it's all crescendo and decrescendo for like 4 beats. Same idea here, crescendo and decrescendo. Whoops, that's going to decrescendo there. Da. All right, and that's where it gets into some wild stuff right there. Okay. And this is all going to be loud. Matter of fact, the 16-note stuff actually is not going to be loud. We're going to make that medium loud. Mezzo forte. Dude, funny story about a friend that is not a musician at all. His name is Michael, and he's not a musician at all. And it just, when I just said the word forte, it just brings me back to, we played this game a long time ago, the Wii Fit game, like the original Wii Fit game, like with the balance board, and you have to like just like you do all the yoga poses and stuff like that. Right, there's a Smash Brothers character that's the Wii Fit trainer. That's like where this came from. Okay, anyways, story set up. Now we're at this lake house that's owned by another family friend and everything like that. So we're all together and we're chilling and we're playing games before we go outside to like go fishing or something like that. And Michael is a skater, so he has like great balance. But for some reason, like when it comes to balance that's not on a skateboard, it's just like, I don't understand what's wrong with it. He's not very graceful in that sense, so it's pretty funny and when you watch that kind of stuff. So anyways, Michael is on this thing and he's like failing this thing, and then finally he gets it, and the Wii Fit thing says something along the lines of like, this balance training is truly your forte. And yeah, so it's just funny because he, like, throughout that day, he just kept saying stuff like was his forte because he found out that, like, the word forte was strength, and he thought that phrase was, like, really great. So he just kept saying things weren't his forte or were his forte, and it was pretty amusing. Probably not for the stream, but the word forte was really funny in that sense. I guess you just have to know Michael. And you snickering at me.
Yes.
There'll be like one person that's watching this that knows who Michael is, and then they can think that that's pretty good. just the way that he like used it, and he has like no sense of what it really means in music. I just thought it was pretty funny. Okay, let's do this. Let's do copy paste, and then let's like erase those notes. So we'll leave that off with like, oh goodness gracious, we'll leave that off with like an 8th note. So they're gonna switch back and forth between going 16th notes and non-16th notes. Ba-do-da-do-da-da. You know what? They're just gonna do it. Actually, okay, how about this? Paste it back up here. Let's cancel you out. These two measures. How am I gonna do this? Let's do this. So it's just a D right there. Okay. I'll go ahead and take that up to that note right there. Okay. Da-ga-da-ga-da. Da-da-da-do-da-da-da. Natural. Da-ga-da-ga-dee. Okay. So that kind of passed the buck. So it's like you got those two playing that. I'll make that forte. Whoa, that was wrong. As soon as you start playing those, you want to get you on mezzo forte. Da-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da. Da-da-da-doo, da-da, da-da-da-doo, da-da. Okay, so let's start the 16 notes section. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, that's mezzo should be there. Boom. That's good. Try that again. So this whole section needs to be even louder. We'll make that double fortissimo, double forte. Crescendo that even more. All right, so now we're just chilling. I love this little section, so we're gonna make that grow even louder. We're gonna put accents on these notes right here. Down. Da 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 da. Da-ga-da-ga-da. Oh. And then this is actually gonna is a decrescendo. This is gonna be at fortissimo, and this will be at mezzo piano. Start right here. And then this is all gonna be at mezzo forte right there, because it's kind of the end. All right, let's hear from right here. This is where it gets all crazy. That's gonna be some rolls. Crescendoing this last measure, leading to forte on these guys. Roll there. Do-ga-do-ga-dee. Whoa, whoops. There we go. Fortissimo. Let's accent all those notes. Do-ga-do-ga-dee. Let's go back to this. Whoops, that's not supposed to be rolled. They're all accented though. Let's finish this out. Da-ga-da-ga-dee. Da-da-da-dee-da-dee. Roll. Da-da-da-dee. Da-da. Dee-ya-da-da. So if you're just tuning in, if you're just like watching this, just make sure to give this a follow so that you can watch anytime that I get on. Giving these things a roll. Rolling anything more than a quarter note. Da boop, da boop, da da dee da dee. These like need to be rolled. See, no dynamic markings. Alright, let's see what this sounds like with dynamics. Step right in. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this like kind of a full run of it. Let's see what that sounds like. voila. There you go. I don't know exactly how many minutes of music that is. It looks like it's about 5 minutes of music. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I did make a mistake right here. I want those to be rolls. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to like connect that whole measure, and we're going to connect that whole measure. And we're going to connect that. Yeah, just like that. Cool. Okay, so some stuff that I'm going to do offline and not on live stream is basically what I can do now is take all of these parts and then individually create their own part to them. So this is like the first part. So this is just like one player's worth of music. And so that's all the music they have. And so you can even play it just from there. It's just their music. Right, all the way to like the bass marimba part. Right, and he's playing all the low stuff. So, I just need to mess with all those and make them pretty. Add all the little bells and whistles of like the title and subtitle and all that kind of stuff. And then I can send it off because I pretty much have all of the nitty gritty that I needed to have done. Took about an hour to get done, but yeah. Cool. Well, I think I'm done with the stream for today. Man, I appreciate all of you guys that like stayed here. I had like a consistent amount of viewers the whole time, so I really appreciate that because that's gonna help me get my sub button, and then I can annoy other people with Twitch Prime for that. But for right now, thank you guys for like the followers and everything like that. So again, people that followed me, like Ronnie followed me, and then Big Ass Panda, thanks for the follow on that. I appreciate it. So again, thanks to my sponsors for providing me with like sticks and everything that I need, all the support. If you have any inquiries about like getting music written or having lessons taken, like Skype lessons or Discord lessons or anything like that, just shoot me an email or a like a private message or anything like that, and we'll get going. But yeah, so I guess that's gonna end the first episode that we have of the Procussion series. I don't really think this is like a podcast, but this is more just like a little live stream episode of learning percussions. So, to leave you guys off, I'm just gonna play something stupid that I wrote like a long time, 8 years ago. That's how long ago I put this up on my SoundCloud. If you want to look at my SoundCloud, there's literally only 3 pieces on there that I wrote a long time ago. One including a piece which you heard in the intro called December, and that was written by a guitarist named, I think it's Carly Landendijk. She's from Europe, and I found her on YouTube. She's just like a guitarist, just kind of going through life, and I found her YouTube channel, and I decided to turn one of the pieces into, or I actually like emailed with her and asked her if I could turn one of her pieces into an actual like marimba piece. And so that's what you heard on the start of it. I'm still trying to find like a intro music-y kind of thing, but I think that to start off with, before I start any kind of stream, I'll have like a 5 minutes of like listening to some sort of percussion piece of music, as well as the end will probably be more music that I just create that's not necessarily percussion, but just like stuff that I like and enjoy. So this one, I think I just created this on like a Friday, so it's called The Start of My Weekend, and I'll go ahead and have that be my outro music as I exit the stream. So I'll see you guys. Have a good time. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on at 7 o'clock.